trained as a teacher, and then I did my Masters in Educational Psychology at the Tavistock in London, and then I've been working as an educational psychologist for about 20 years before joining the UCL Doctorate last year.
I have been an educational psychologist for the last 3.5 years in Ireland in disability services, and prior to that I was a primary school teacher for 10 years.
I did my initial training for educational psychology at Southampton University, and then I moved to the East Midlands, and I've been an educational psychologist there for over the last 20 years.
Before I came to UCL, I was an educational psychologist. I've worked in London for about 15 years. I've worked in different boroughs. During that time, I've taken some time out for maternity leave as well.
I was a teacher for 7 years. I did the Masters training here in 2005, and since then I've been practising as an educational psychologist.
I chose to come to UCL after looking through the various courses that are still available for experienced educational psychologists. I looked at some that were further afield and weighed those up against distance and costs and travel requirements. But I also really liked the programme here, what it offered, the structure, and in the end decided to apply for UCL.
I chose UCL because I had heard great feedback about the teaching on the course, and I also knew there was great flexibility for people who have to travel over and back from Ireland.
I chose to do the doctorate at UCL really because I'd got colleagues in the service that had previously done the study here, and they'd come back to the service and been giving us training and information about the research and the studies that they'd followed through. And it sounded very exciting, and I was enthusiastic to pick up at that. And the information about the way the course was structured at UCL sounded really intriguing.
I chose UCL because I had heard that the course was very structured, and the structured approach, if you were able to stay with that, it was very likely that you'd be able to complete the doctorate within the 4-year period. So that was very important to me.
I chose to come to UCL because I'd had a really good experience on the Masters. I felt like I'd learned a lot and been given a lot of support by the tutors. I did look at other courses, but felt that the information that was available from UCL was more organised, and it was clearer about what was to be expected. Also, I was really impressed with the tutors that they had here, and I was keen to have access to them as well.
One of the things that I'd heard about the UCL course was that it would be more suited to people who'd done their initial EP training at UCL, and because I'd originally trained at the Tavistock, I didn't know whether that would be a difficulty or an additional difficulty, but actually that's not been the case at all. There's people here from all different training institutions, and I think that was a myth.
Friends of mine who've completed the doctoral programme really enjoyed the course, and they had told me that I should definitely consider doing the course. And the course has lived up to its expectations, and I've been really happy with how things have been going, and it's been really manageable, the fact that I have to travel over and back from Ireland.
One of the things I was a bit concerned about or worried about in terms of starting a doctorate at UCL was the amount of time and the amount of supervision you might get during the course. But what I find is actually the course is very well structured. It's been very well organised, and you get plenty of support and input all the way through. So certainly in the first year of the doctorate, there's a high level of teaching input, which really gives you the skills and the knowledge that you need to develop your research during the course of the 4-year period. And that's been extremely helpful, because I think it's one of the things you are worried about is, are you going to have enough time to actually complete the studies alongside being a busy educational psychologist?
I would say a myth that I heard about the course was that it was very academic, very focused on maybe more traditional research approaches using numbers and statistics, but I found that that's not at all true, and they're very open to different types of research approaches, so I really appreciate that.
One of the things I was worried about, and was perhaps a barrier to me applying previously, was that I thought that you'd need to have a very clear idea about what you were going to do your research on, and I didn't really. I had some vague ideas, but that's not the case. It's good to have an idea, but the whole point of being here is that they help you think about that in more detail. So yeah, that's not something to put anyone off.
The support support is amazing. They're really aware of the rhythms of work of practising EPs, and there's very flexible personal support that I think is second to none.
I'm really happy I decided to study at UCL, and the support I have been given travelling over and back, and actually having maternity leave as well in the middle of it, has been outstanding, and I'm really impressed with the teaching on the course as well.
I think the tutors at UCL are very supportive and very helpful. What I have found is that you get a high level of individual support, opportunities to engage in tutorials. So all the way through you're supported by the tutors, and it's a very sort of personable approach that they have here, which is very much valued.
What I've really valued and appreciated about the course is that you're part of a group. There's lots of opportunities to meet new colleagues, share experiences and learn from each other, and I wasn't expecting that, so that's been lovely.
One of the really good things about being on this course is having a peer group, a support network. I've made some good friends already, and going on the journey together is really helpful. Another thing is that no matter what time of day or night it is, you can access all the information you need online. So you might not be thinking about your work, your research or your college work for a bit, but you can get straight back into it because it's there and it's structured and it's organised really well.